this beautiful spring day, I woke up and journaled out my dreams. It just had a very good lesson. There will always be people in the world that you do connect with, but there will also always be people in the world that you don't connect with, and that's okay. And just because you've encountered a lot of people that you don't connect with doesn't mean that there's something wrong with you, but also doesn't mean that the people that you can connect with aren't there either, or that you won't meet them, or that they don't live in your town, or don't live in your country, or they don't work in your field. Like, there are people to match with everywhere, in your field, in your town, in your country, in your business, in your school, in your family. Sometimes we've just been closed off from seeing the people that we do match with, or from actually seeing in the people that we already know that we match with them. Like, I've definitely had experiences where I thought of someone a certain way, but then all of a sudden we were able to deepen the connection so much more because we matched so much more than I even thought we did. Maybe I think that we are a good match, like, oh, we like going out to dinner, have fun, have a couple of drinks, whatever, but then all of a sudden you start talking about more deeper topics and you actually are a really good match in that also. So sometimes there's already so much more connection and deepness around you, but you just have been closed off from it. I have no idea if that makes sense at all, but then I pulled some angel cards and they were very nice, and one of them was like, you should go into nature, and it's like a gorgeous day. So I'm going to go with my new lifestyle that I'm trying to implement, is to go into nature in the morning a few times a week before work. So yeah, I was thinking we could do that now. I'm just going to finish up here, open the curtains, turn down the heating for the morning, and then we're gonna go and cycle into nature and have a little nature walk. And then afterwards we're gonna get back and do some work. And I'm also thinking of getting back into sewing. So maybe we're gonna I've been looking at patterns last night for like an hour or two. So we might see if we can find a pattern that we can print ourselves or have it printed. So that would be interesting too. Bird sounds are so good. It's only 4 degrees Celsius, so that's pretty chilly. But as always, because I'm wearing like a thick winter coat, like when you cycle, this was probably like a 20-minute cycle or something. Then once you get cycling, you warm up and then you get like all sweaty in your coat. Like every Dutch person knows this experience. Like in winter, when you cycle somewhere, especially in the morning, it's so chilly, so you're wearing your coat, maybe your gloves, maybe a scarf, and then after 5 minutes or 10 minutes of cycling, you're like sweating and you're opening your coat and stuff. So everyone who cycles to work in the winter knows this experience, I think. But that's also good, because then when I got here, I was actually warm enough to just go for a hike and not be super cold, because the wind is kind of cold, but it's so sunny. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it. terrace, and there are some sheep over there. So I don't know if you can hear me because of the wind, but yeah, spring is just such a good time of year. I've been really living with the seasons this year for the first time since I can remember, probably. Like, I've learned to appreciate the seasons over the years, but this is the first year where I'm like, in winter I'm wintering and in spring it's time to get out and bloom. Basically, I've just been really going with that natural energy, I guess, of feeling more like going out there and being there. And I'm just not getting any use out of my audiobooks at the moment, because every time I go into nature I just want to like be, and I feel like if I'm gonna listen to something I'm going to miss something, like miss the experience of being here. So normally on walks or when I run I would listen to an audiobook, and now I only do it when I run, which, you know, if I do like a 20, 30, 40 minute run it takes me a long time to get through my audiobooks basically. But yeah, I'm just really enjoying the spring. So I was thinking to do a couple of hours of work now, and then for lunch I probably want to sit outside and read and have my lunch, obviously. So I'm just going to make a to-do list and a little bit of a time blocking schedule to see what's most pressing, what I need to do first, and just knock that out of the way first. And then later in the afternoon we can do a little bit of different work. And at the end of the afternoon I hopefully have some time for hobbies. I want to look into a sewing pattern for a top, but I'll show you that later. So yeah, I'm just going to make a list, plan my schedule, and start working. Did the most important thing that I needed to do today, so that I know that whatever I do the rest of the day, that is taken care of, because this really needed to happen today. For a few more hours. I also had lunch outside, but the phone was charging, so I couldn't bring you for that. But we'll go outside on the terrace in a little bit, because I want to plant my lemon seeds in some soil and maybe some tomato seeds, but we'll see. I've also been looking at patterns, so let me show you. I have some leftover fabric, and this top I thought was so cute. It's probably Reformation or something, but I couldn't really trace it back to the source, but that's okay, because I was thinking to make something similar myself. So I found this pattern, and it's not identical. So as you can see, this one doesn't have ruching here, and this one, like this is a little bit more fitted, whereas this one, this is kind of loose and there's some ruching here. But I thought it would be good to just kind of experiment with it, and I can always change the pattern or change it into something else. This is what it would look like in white. This is with a pattern. And yeah, I'm just excited to kind of play around with this a little bit. Probably not today, but maybe in an upcoming vlog we'll do a sewing vlog. So I put some lemon seeds in water. I don't know if you can see. I saw a TikTok saying that that's what I should do. Put them in water for 24 hours and then put them in soil or compost. So I was thinking to put them in this smaller planter for now and then later transfer into the bigger one. Then I'll put the seeds. I don't think you can see, but I'll show you in a bit. So these are the seeds, and they've been in water, so they're quite hydrated now. So I'm just going to put them in and then water the soil, see if there's enough of everything. I gave it some water. There's a little plate underneath that it can go to if it's too much. So I looked it up and it said that I can put it out in the sun during the day, but that's probably going to be too cold right now at night. So I'll leave it out here now, but I'll have to take it inside tonight. So every day when I start my work day, I write down a mantra or an affirmation, and I usually write down the same one for a while because I'm trying to implement a certain mindset, a certain thing. And the one that I've been using for at least this whole journal and maybe longer is I get to be happy, healthy and successful, because I had some limiting beliefs about if I want to be successful, I would have to sacrifice either my health or happiness, meaning work myself until burnout, work myself until I feel miserable, and just work like grind, instead of I get to be successful while also maintaining happiness, health, fulfillment, wellness, all those things. So do you hear the birds? So that's what I've been trying to implement, and although it still really resonates, I feel like it doesn't light me up as much anymore. So I'm just going to journal out some journal prompts on trying to find my why, essentially. Like every morning when I start work, why do I want to do this? Why does it feel good to me? What am I trying to implement to make it feel better and more enjoyable, and just make it all, make myself happier with it. So I'm just gonna go over the journal prompts. I'll put them on the screen for you. So if you want to journal on the same things as I am journaling on, I'll share those with you. So yeah, I'm gonna grab my journal and do that now. Okay, so I went over the journal prompts from my journal. I came to the conclusion that it's mostly just that if I don't really give it my all or my best, so to say, I just feel kind of like drowsy, and the days are kind of flowing from one into the other, and there's not really that accomplished feeling at the end of the day. And I feel like that's what I've been missing a little bit, is just feeling like I'm in the flow. I'm feeling like I can do this. And so my mantra is going to be, working hard and giving it my best, or working hard and doing my best gives me energy and pleasure, or energy and joy, I guess. But I write it in Dutch, so it's a little bit different. It's hard werken en mijn best doen geeft me energie en plezier. So plezier is kind of like pleasure, but it's more like fun or joy, I guess. More like fun, I guess. But I write it down in Dutch every day because I found in myself that I used to journal in English, but because it's not my first language, I always felt sort of a little bit of a safety and a distance from the things I was journaling about, which served me in the moment because I was avoiding some of the topics that I was journaling about. But now I feel like if I want true healing, true progress, true mindset changes, journaling is best for me to do in my first language, the one that I'm most comfortable in. So I would always recommend that for you too. Like, you can use English prompts, you can use English journals, but I would write in the language that you are most comfortable in if you want the biggest changes. But if you're not ready for that, that's okay too. Like, just journal in the way that you can. It doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to do it the same way as I do it. But that's just the advice that I would give to myself, because I was thinking about that for a long time. Like, should I journal in English or Dutch? Because a lot of my studies were in English. A lot of my friends I speak English with. I mean, my job is a lot of the time in English. The vlogs are in English. So I'm very comfortable in the language, but it's not my mother language. Is not the language I grew up speaking, because that's Dutch. So that's why I do that. So yeah, I'm glad that I journaled that out. I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to write it down for tomorrow's journal entry to remind me that I've changed it. I'm going to do that first, and then maybe some reading. It's getting a little chilly out, so I'm just going to fill up the heater and water all the plants outside, and then go inside and make some dinner. Okay, I watered everything except for the stuff that I'm going to uproot in a little bit, but everything else is watered, so hopefully it's a little bit more hydrated now, because it was looking pretty dry. I'm just gonna go inside and probably start on dinner in a little bit. I think I'm just going to make like a salad, but the only thing is that the type of dressing that I want we haven't had for a really long time, and every time I'm just like, I'll get it sometime, but I keep forgetting, and the supermarket that's closest to us doesn't have it, so I have to go to like the better supermarket. And I will be in the area tomorrow, but I don't know if I'm gonna manage to swing by and get some, but that would be great, because it's just like a mustard honey dill dressing or something. It's really good. And then I just put like lettuce, cherry tomatoes, cucumber, avocado, and some toasted pine nuts, and it tastes so good. But you need the dressing to really make it. So I mean, it is nice. Maybe Orion and I can walk to the one that's further away. We're just gonna go and get the dressing at another supermarket that's a little bit closer than the other one, but they probably have it. So we're just gonna walk, enjoy the sun, get some dressing, and I can make my salad. dressing, so now I'm just gonna make a simple salad. This is kind of like my signature summer salad, I guess, that we have sometimes. So this is probably the last time I speak to you. So if you want to watch more spring vlogs, I have a whole playlist full of spring vlogs. I'm going to add this one in there and I keep it up to date. So it's from last year, the year before, and this year. So if you want some more spring vibes, I think you would enjoy it a lot. So yeah, I'm going to make some dinner now and I'll see you later.